Listen, we are going to be talking to people here on Google Plus, and we want to first tell them that you are on a very, very popular show right now called True Blood.
Apparently, yeah.
Yes, people are going crazy goo goo gaga about it. I know our Tony McEwen here is a huge fan. He's our morning anchor. They're on Fox 11.
He's a
True Blood fan.
Hey, Tony.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is like almost.
See? See? So you're originally from Australia.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm Sydney born and raised. Yeah.
And how is it working on True Blood, first of all?
We've been at it for 5 years now, so we're at the sort of a third of the way through.
5 years?
It's been 5 years, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
5
where did
years,
the time
4
go?
seasons. Yeah,
That's
it's
incredible.
crazy. I know it really goes.
The time goes by so fast. So now it's just old hat to you? Or?
Not at all,
No,
not at all.
no.
I mean, they do a superb job at keeping it fresh for us and trying to make it as interesting for the viewers as possible. I mean, there's not a script that I read, but I'm not surprised and almost sort of flummoxed by how good they are at writing these episodes. It's incredible.
So you live primarily here, or do you live there? You just here for the
Well, I'm based
show?
here for the 6 months that they shoot the show, and then for the other 6 months, it's wherever sort of the film jobs kind of take me.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. I know, Robert, you have a question. Robert is
He's leaning in, ever so interested.
naturally curious guy. You have a
Naturally
question?
curious.
He's from
So
Rhode Island.
I'm really interested in, and I watched one of your early films in Australia. I apologize, I don't remember what it was called. It was you were running around with a shotgun and some stuff was going on. It was good.
Red Hill.
Yeah.
Red Hill.
Good stuff. I'm really curious as to how you're able to affect your accent so well. I mean, I grew up in the South, and when I go home, I have to change the way I talk. I have to talk like this when I'm down south, otherwise people think I'm, they go, you're Yankee, where are you from? I'm very curious as to how difficult it is for you to go ahead and use the localized accent in True Blood versus your native accent from Australia.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I said, I've been out here for 10 years now, and that particular film that you're referencing, Red Hill, that was the first time in 8 years that I had used my natural accent. So up until that point, I'd done pretty much every single version of the American accent you could possibly muster. And to be honest, Robert, I really don't know what it is. I don't really consider myself to have an abundance of talents, but to be able to have a good ear is one of them. We're in Australia, we're a very multicultural race, so I'm fortunate enough to be surrounded by people of different nationalities, cultures, and so and I was always a shy kid, and being shy, I was able to sort of spend more time listening than talking, and listening you'd actually pick up not just sort of the mannerisms in people, you'd also pick up the accent. So that for me is how it all came.
That's interesting. I feel like most people who can do that, who have the ability to do that, are very musically inclined. Are you?
I have no musical talent whatsoever. My middle brother stole every ounce of musical genes in the family. He plays 16 instruments. I'm left with.
Come on, you can at least do this, right?
What did we do?
You've got everything.
Can you do that, Robert? Can you play it?
I can't do the rebreathe, but I can play a little bit.
I'm sure you got some pipes. That's really impressive. It's actually what Robert's doing. That's even the sound that he made is actually very, very hard to do. Most Australians can't even do that much. So I know you obviously been practicing.
Yeah, I've had it for a little while.
Yeah.
Does it take a lot of breath to do that, or just control? Or?
Well, you need lips first of all, which is even more incredible because I have no lips. So I mean, there's 2 strikes against me. I'm not Australian. There's 3. So.
Oh, we've got a couple more people joining.
Jason. Sorry, I can't resist.
Okay, if you're just joining the Hangout, we have Ryan Kwanten from. Am I saying your last name correctly?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. Yes, Jason, exactly, from True Blood. So if you have a question, just holler. You can ask him.
You know what? When my 3-year-old cuts his finger, my wife is such a big fan of the show. When my 3-year-old cuts his finger, he comes up and he goes, "Daddy, True Blood." And the other thing he says, it's funny, he goes, this is my 3-year-old kid, right? He goes, "Suki."
He says what? Oh, Suki, yeah.
Have we?
You play her brother, yeah?
I do, yeah.
Yep. Have you fielded questions yet? I don't want to ask a question that's already been asked.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
Jason, sorry, Ryan.
How do you fit? It's all good.
Yeah, no, it's all good. How do you deal with, like, I don't know, I always struggle that your character is almost cartoon-like in its intelligence quotient and stuff like that, and it's just, do you ever see what they put on paper for you and go, or even not the script, but just the general premises and go, oh man, again?
It's actually it's an excellent question, because I view him as not dumb, as more naive and more innocent and perhaps ignorant, but for me he started so low on the evolutionary totem pole that he could only go up. So no matter what lines they give me, he's only ever learning from how far when we first saw him. Does that make any sense?
Well, you know, I see the character like Winnie the Pooh. He's innocent and he's open. It's a very difficult character to play because you have to play it from this, and the way he takes in situations around him that are bizarre and evolving, and he takes them in with such honesty. I think you do a brilliant job with that.
Yeah, like you're able to embody like trust, like, you know, some of that naive element, and weave it together, you know, very well. And I guess just if I can just crowbar a secondary question is how difficult is it for you to share, you know,
share the accent?
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
I already asked my question.
Oh, you did. I apologize, Robert.
No, that's okay, mate. I'll just go back to the end of that the first question. Is that when you inhibit a character like that, the great thing for me is that it's a total liberation. I tend to think far too much as who I am, but Jason he jumps off that cliff without thinking about it. So for me to jump in that character's shoes is a real sense of just letting things go for me, and it's actually been I've kind of felt like I've found a better version of myself in the 5 years that we've been shooting that and playing, and for me playing that character.
That's really cool. That's great. When you are preparing, or when you did first prepare to be Jason, how much of his character came out of your own research as opposed to the writer and the creator of the show coming to talk to you about him?
I'm fortunate enough that they give me a nice amount of leeway, but they also, beyond that, write the character of Jason so well. You know, it's so succinct, so beautiful, for lack of a better word. But they, every single writer seems to harness the attributes that I like to play.
Now, you're a writer.
I have written, yeah.
Do you have aspirations in writing screenplays and roles for yourself, or a movie or a film for yourself?
Not necessarily, no. I mean, more the sort of the producing side of things far more interests me. I feel like there's far too many good screenwriters out there. I like sort of the world of sort of novels and that kind of exploring that, but outside of that, no, screenwriting has never really taken my...
What strikes me right now listening to you is and I don't mean this, don't take it the wrong way, but you really see you're channeling a very James Dean kind of effect about yourself, and it's incredible. My question is, who inspires you as an actor, or who has inspired you? Or who do you look at and say, this is somebody that I really see that does the craft well?
I look at the career of someone like as you know, you can take his sort of publicity stunts aside, but I look at someone like Tom Cruise and the directors, the caliber of directors that he's worked with. I look at someone like Tom Hanks, and I look at how he's managed to sort of blend comedy with drama, and then even the two, and then even sort of Johnny Depp. That guy's choices of film are just above and beyond, and he consistently sort of transforms himself. But I also love sort of offbeat performers like Sam Rockwell too. I think
brilliant guy,
brilliant.
Yeah. Can you dance like him?
Pardon me?
Can you dance like him?
I like to dance, but I can't say I can dance like him. No.
That guy's got moves.
Can we expect
I love that you know that.
Anything in the pipeline, or we expect to see outside of Jason Stackhouse anytime soon? I know there was something last year. I'd be lying if I said I was able to see it, but
that's okay.
My wife's always curious. I think I'd be in trouble if you guys ever met in real life.
Yeah, there's I've been a busy little bee sort of the last 4 or 5 years, and you know, I'm always sort of making films, but they're films based on my sort of creative desire to do them, not necessarily on how much money I'm going to get paid or who's in them. It's more on how they sort of inspire me or challenge me.
Thumbs up to that, my friend.
We just had Kelly and Coach Hill walk in. Hey Kelly, do you girls have questions for Ryan?
I've never seen the show.
Well, you've got to see it. It's been 5 seasons.
I hear wonderful things about it.
Watch it one time and you will be hooked. It is
It's
comedy,
all right.
drama, it's funny, it's life, it's...
He's modest, too. Jeez, no, that's all right.
He's very modest.
And he takes his shirt off.
You kind of,
okay. No, bad.
Last question for you, because I know you have to go. I noticed that it's hard for you to see yourself up here on the monitor. Can you watch yourself on screen? Do you critique or watch and go, I could have done that better, or what's the process for you?
It sort of depends on every role, but for Jason, if we're talking about him, I prefer to let it live and breathe in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's still hard for me to watch it. Yeah, and I don't know. It's not necessarily a narcissistic thing. It's just who I am.
I get it.
Is it the same with you?
I get it. It's hard for me. It's harder for me to hear myself.
Yeah, that's the same with me. I can't believe that I sound like the way I sound.
Not so much how I look, but it's how I hear myself. I'm very
Why do you think that is?
self-critical. I don't know. I need someone to explain that to me.
Yeah, there's some sort of psychoanalysis in there.
Something.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Ryan Kwanten from True Blood, which airs on HBO. And it's coming back in June. For
Very good, mid-June.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
And New Girl. Michael, where are you?
I'm in Brisbane.
Hey!
Brizzy boy.
He was an Aussie.
Brizzy boy.
Yeah.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, I thought we were going to have an Aussie chat. I thought, as soon as I heard that, I thought we were in.
Yeah, I can give you a bit of a thicker accent now.
Yeah, cool, mate. Go ahead.
Anyway, but he's got to run. But thank you guys for hanging out with me here at Fox 11. See you next time. Okay?
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Bye.